Welcome to the TAMIKA Hall Show, where I hope that you will leave here feeling inspired and empowered to chase after your dreams with a vengeance. Tonight, I want you to travel with me to the Blessed Sellers List while I interview Evelyn, Donelson, and Dontri Bolden. So grab a pen and a paper and maybe even a little snack and get ready for the TAMIKA Hall Show. Hey, it's your girl, TAMIKA Hall. You are locked in to the TAMIKA Hall Show. Listen, I'm really excited. I've been excited all day long about meeting you here on the Blessed Sellers List. Why is it the Blessed Sellers List? It's because these people, the people that we bring here every single week, they have literally written the vision and allowed God to just make it plain to everybody. So I'm really excited for you to be able to meet my guests tonight. We have Dontri Bolden that's going to be joining us. We have Evelyn Donelson as well. And we're going to be talking about their two books that are really making a huge impact on those that are reading it. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just throw everybody in here onto the virtual stage. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Dontri. How y'all doing?
How you doing? How you doing, TAMIKA?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to have the both of you here on the Blessed Sellers List. I'm excited to talk about your books and for us to kind of just get in your business a little bit, and just learn all about you, who you are behind the pen. So, let's just dive right in. Evelyn, talk to us about your book.
Hi, TAMIKA. Thank you for having me. So the book is called Impact, Keys to Amplifying Your Author Journey. And it's 7 women who chose to tell stories of pushing through the pandemic, pushing through life struggles, life obstacles, and giving tips on how you can do it too.
I keep doing that. I muted myself. I love that how you can do too. I think it's important for us to know where our place is, how we fit in. And so I love the fact that you all were able to come together. And what I really love about it is the fact that you had 7 women that came together because, the world feels like we as women, especially Black women, all there is competition. And so it's always really powerful when women can come together and, they can work together and produce really great. Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
Talk to us about your book. Yeah. Talk to us about your book, Dontri.
Well, my book is it's called Ready. A lot of people know, Ready is that's a way of life for me. It was downloaded to me and the acronyms, it helped me so much to get through a lot of stuff that I've been through in my life. So, Ready it's a call to action. It's more than just a book. It's a lifestyle. And I just encourage people to put forth the acronyms to their life to help them. So basically, I just want to help people to encourage them to fulfill their purpose and encourage them to do whatever they want to do in life. And know you got to be ready for whatever you want to do in life. You got to live life with, you just got to be ready for everything that you come across in life. You just got to be ready. You just got to be ready.
You just have to be ready. So I had no idea that, when the two of you came together for the show tonight, that we were going to be talking about how to make an impact and how to be ready to do that. So I always trust that God puts together the very best shows. And so it's always really special to me when things do come together like that. So there are a lot of people that want to be authors, but the hard part is actually writing the book. So I want to ask you all, what was it that actually made you sit down and put pen to paper? Evelyn, we'll start with you.
Wow. That's a good question, TAMIKA. Well, this is my 4th collaboration, but the second one that's really, really big. I love writing. I love telling my stories. And what made me say yes was I want to make an impact. I know, some people have heard a few of my stories and the journey that I've gone through and going through. And so I like to tell people, and what better way than put something in writing so they can have it forever and read it. And I've had people tell me, I passed it on to a cousin who passed it on to a friend. And then I met somebody and said, hey, I got your book. And I'm like, how did you get that book? Somebody passed it on. So, you know, the ebook is fine, but just having something that someone can share with someone else that's going to help make a difference in their lives. So that's why I said yes.
That's why you said yes. I love it. Dontri, why did you choose to put pen to paper?
Well, it was God-given, you know, for me. I mean, it wasn't, I mean, it was some things that was on my heart. And I like she said, you know, the book is going to be around a lot longer than we are. So we can, this is our legacy, you know, so to speak. I mean, what each one of you ladies are doing, I mean, this is a legacy. And, you know, the book, I mean, it was, like I said, short and sweet. So, like I said, it's only 31 pages, but I mean, it's a ton of information in it, and it's super positive, super encouraging, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's really doing what it's supposed to do.
So I know the both of you, you know, you lead other lives outside of just being an author. You know what I mean? Evelyn, I know that you have a whole consulting firm. Dontri, I know that you have a barbershop and you do a lot of ministry with your wife and different things like that. So I want to know, first of all, let us know, take us behind the scenes of what life is like for the both of you. What is it that you do outside of being an author and trying to motivate people? And then we'll go from there, because I have a whole other question for you behind that. Evelyn?
Okay, so first of all, I am an educator. I've been in the field of education for over 20 years. So I love educating people, which is why I wrote the book. So I'm an educator. I teach and train teachers. I taught little kids for 20 years, and then I came out the classroom and said I wanted to make a bigger impact and make sure the teachers are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's what I do for my 9-to-5 job. But in the business world, I am the CEO of Evolution. So it's actually Evolution Consulting, which is the umbrella for Evolution Inc., which is the nonprofit organization. So I started 2 businesses last year. So the nonprofit we serve is mainly domestic violence victims, because I'm a domestic violence survivor, but individuals in the low income communities who need help with that healing process, like, you know, brokenness, that loss of a job, loss of a loved one, you know, anything like that, domestic violence. And so we help people get back on track. We help people, you know, get them what they need, whether it's resources, whether it's the coaching from me, counseling, you know, we refer them out, whatever. And we actually do hands-on things in the community too, because that's how you give back and help people. So we just finished, no, we're still doing a homeless food drive. So helping the homeless and eventually helping them get back on their feet, because they're broken. You know, something happened in their lives that made them homeless. So that's basically what I do outside of being an author and taking care of a baby.
And taking care of a baby. Now, how old is the baby?
2 years old.
Look, it's so funny. People were kind of clowning me today because this morning I was talking about, I was talking about how God just takes care of us and different things like that. And I had my little water bottle and I was like, I need somebody to bring me a baby. Like, I want somebody to let me hold their little baby so I can smell the baby. I don't want to have any more. Like, mine are 16 and 13, but I just want to hold it. So I've had people sending me pictures of dolls and everything. Everyone's like, listen, give me a break. Let me take a nap. You can have the little one.
Man.
Nothing like the new baby smell. Nothing like it. I mean,
he goes with me. He goes out in the community with me and pass out food and stuff. So he's evolution too. He's baby evolution. Yes, he is.
Well, you know, he's learning right from the gate. And I know, you know, Dontri, actually a large concept of Ready is about training up children right from the beginning. But before we jump into that, talk to us about what life is like for you behind being the author. What are some things that you do that the world needs to know about?
Well, I'm like you said, behind being an author, you know, I'm a husband and a barber. So, you know, it pays the bills. So it pays the bills. But you know, just fixing you know, just cutting hair is very profitable. It's very good, and it treats me very well. So, but you know, I'm really big on, well, the barbering is enhancing the outer. So, but what my book is I'm trying to enhance the inner. So I think that carries longevity. You know, like I said, and another thing what you said, outside being an author, my home life. My home life, it's important for me to have structure and order at home. So, and I think it's important for me to, being a husband and for my kids to see the work ethic and the drive and doing different things to let them know they can do the same thing. And, that's basically what it is. My kids, they just watch me and hopefully they learn for their generation and the generations after them. So I just want to encourage them to do what they're supposed to do, and encourage everyone to do what they're supposed to do. So I'm trying to be a light in the world. I do be a light in the world.
Yes, you are. You guys are both light in the world, and I love it. For those that are just tuning in, you are tuned into the TAMIKA Hall Show. This is the Blessed Sellers List. Okay. We're hitting charts everywhere, and one of the best charts is when we are blessed to be a blessing to somebody else. I'm sitting down with Evelyn, Donelson, and Dontri, Bolden, and we are talking about their newest books that they've put out. So the both of you, you've been running businesses in the midst of being in a shutdown, in a pandemic. How did that impact life for you in business, or even in ministry? How did that impact you?
You want to go first?
Dontri, go ahead.
Well, I mean, there's been a little adjustment, and just shutting down everything, and then you can't get the amount of people to, you pay your bills. And like I said, I moved my business at home, and I was renting for like 25 years. So trying to, having my business clientele cut back because of the pandemic. So I had to move my business at home. So trying to keep my business and my home, and it's a little bit of tug and groove there. So I made the decision to move my business at home. I got cleared, so I'm working at home now. I've been working at home now for about 5 months. So it's been good for me. It's been good for me. It was a great move for me, a great move, very beneficial for me, and it was necessary. Can you hear her?
I know, it's me in the mute. It's like I'll mute myself to make sure I don't accidentally drop my computer or something, and then I forget. So it sounds like you actually gave birth in the midst of a shutdown. So
yeah. I did.
And really, I love the birth thing. I mean, it looks like, so, Dontri, you were saying that it was a good move for you. So it sounds like you needed to go through birthing pains to get to where you are right now.
There you go.
And Evelyn, it's like God was like, all right, there's a shutdown. I've given you time. I've given you space. And now it's time for you to move and birth. So Evelyn, talk to us about that process of birthing two new things brand new in the middle of a shutdown.
And it wasn't not just in the middle of the shutdown, the pandemic, it was after the loss of my husband. So I was going through pain. So I was going through the grief. And that pandemic, that shutdown, it was like right time, because it was something that I needed. I needed to be at home. I needed to be at home with the baby. I needed to be at home working. I needed to be at home in my mind, trying to figure out what do I do next after losing a husband. And that's how I started Evolution. I had the name already, but I never did anything with it. So it was sitting on my desk, and I just kept saying, like, what am I supposed to be doing after that, after losing a husband? And then now it's the pandemic, everything is shut down. I'm supposed to be in the house doing what? Losing my mind. And that's how I started. I reached out to a young lady who, I went to a workshop and reached out to her. I'm like, I'm ready. It was like 2 years later. She was like, it's about time. And so I pushed through that entire pandemic. I was at home with the time while people were complaining about, remember in the beginning when everything was shutting down in the beginning, like I'd be glad to open up. I'm like, I don't care. I'm at home. I'm trying to work and take care of this baby and work this 9-to-5 job. So I was loving it. I was able to, get some peace and run, start two businesses. And so that really helped me, stay focused. We wasn't going anywhere, out to the movies or anything like that. So I had a lot of time on my hand, and I really appreciated that shutdown. So that's what I did. And it helped me through my pain, that process of grieving and, just being able to know that I was going to be able to give back and help other people.
So this is what's really interesting, because I do know, I know Dontri. I've known him for years and known his wife, and I know that both of you have had to birth out of your pain. Dontri, I know that you lost people very dear to you, very young in life. For somebody that's sitting back and they're dealing with pain, how does somebody pick up and move forward in the middle of pain? I mean, because Evelyn, it's the thought that you actually birthed things that were helping other people. And a lot of times people can't really move past that. So how does one begin to push past their pain and actually walk in their purpose? Dontri, you want to start?
I mean, for me, I know I had to survive, and I just had to survive. I mean, I gotta press on and keep pushing, and that's the only thing. I mean, that I know. I mean, the grace of God. I mean, He was on me the whole time. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can really say. I mean, I beyond my strength, beyond my strength. And, I'm so glad that I fought through it and I got through it, and it keeps me strong. I didn't know how it was just overwhelming. Now I sit back and think about it. It was just God. It was just God that did it.
God that did it.
Know how strong you are until you have to use that strength.
Man, well, I tell you, I wouldn't know how strong I was if I ain't been through what I've been through. So,
wow. Do you feel the same way, Evelyn? Dontri just said something really powerful. He wouldn't have known how strong he was if he didn't even have to go through it. I mean, do you feel like you're a stronger person today than you were before the loss of your husband? And then, I mean, you have a little one having to pick up, and you almost didn't have time to really grieve the way you needed to, because you have this little one that baby needed you.
Yes. Yes.
Did even before that?
I do. And I actually said that when I got the news about my husband. That was the first thing I said to my mom. She was the first person I called. And I just told her, like, I can't do this again, because that was my second husband. And I'm just like, I can't, where am I supposed to get the strength? What am I supposed to do with this again? Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? And I really thought that I wasn't going to be able to do anything but just sit around. I didn't have the baby yet, and just do nothing, start over. And I got the baby the next day, the day after my husband died, I got the baby. And it was just like, God really does give you strength when you need it. Like, I could have just sat and wallow. And you said, how do people do it? Dontri, you said it best. You push. My thing is, you get back up. You fall, but you get back up. I had a big fall that was giant, but I got back up. I had to push. It was plenty of nights where I, on my knees, on my belly, on my back, crying, but I would, cry out to God and, thinking about, okay, what do I need to do? I can't lay here all night. I need to get up. I need to push. I need to find some strength, to push, pull, whatever it is I need to do. And I found that strength, and I just started doing things that was going to carry me throughout the day so that I can push and get these businesses ran and take care of the baby and take care of myself too. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. So if you're down and out and not eating and you getting depressed about whatever happened in life, you can't take care. If you're not taking care of yourself, how are you gonna take care of somebody else? Your family, going to work, people in the street, whatever. You have to find that strength to get back up.
Yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, so many golden nuggets from what, both of you have said. Listen, folks, if you are tuned in, you're tuned into the Blessed Sellers. Let's do me a favor and share this out. This is not just about writing books. We are talking about real life here. We are talking about pushing forward with your dreams. We have Capri who says, yes, push. Yes. And that's what it takes. It takes me having to push beyond how you actually feel. And wow, just thank you for being open and transparent, both of you, and just sharing a part of that with all of us. So Dontri, talk to us about what exactly is Ready. I know that it's an acronym, so talk to us about that, because again, I know that who you are has been birthed out of the pain, and you are in, living another purpose or living in your purpose, many people in the community, they've known you for all these years as the dude that's like really nice. He's really sweet. His wife sings. All of his boys play basketball. You know what I mean? They're all really respectful. I've never had issues with any of your kids, none of that stuff. And you cut hair, but now you're this undercover author, and you're really a life coach. Like, you've been mentoring people for almost as long as you've been cutting hair, and you own this business. Talk to us, what exactly is Ready?
It's a lifestyle. If you want to make your job easier, you want to make your lifestyle easier, you have to put forth the readiness, the energy, the effort, the attitude. You got to stay driven. You got to stay determined. You got to want something out of life. You got to want it. I mean, if you won't have success if you're not ready, if you're not willing to put forth the energy and the effort. Your attitude got to be right. You got to stay driven. You got to stay determined, and you got to want it. So I like to say, don't miss out on the opportunity because you're not ready. Don't miss out on the opportunity because you're not putting forth the energy and the effort. Don't miss out on the opportunity because your attitude is bad. I mean, this is simple stuff. I mean, this is simple stuff. I mean, this is like lifestyle 101, but I mean, like I said, this is it's a lifestyle. It's just a lifestyle. If you want to make your life easier, want to make challenges easier, have that ready mindset.
Have a ready mindset. I like that. Have a ready mindset. Capri says, so glad Ready has happened. I love it. Ty Bolden, I'm pretty sure you know her. She says lifestyle 101. Yeah, it's all about having a ready mindset. I love that. I think a lot of times we want stuff in life and we don't realize that in order to get ready, we have to actually go through a process, right? Why do you think people do that? Why do you feel like we want the glory, but we really don't want to have to go through a process of getting to the end result? Why do you think that is?
I can't really say for sure, but I know how it works for me. I mean, I'm just super charged. I'm just super. My belief system with this concept is just so real, and I just hope it just rub off on everybody. I just want to enlighten people, encourage people, show people there is a way. Don't give up. Don't give up, and keep striving. Keep striving. We all believers, right? We all believe in a higher power, which is God, which is in the spirit. So while we're living in the flesh, we got a job to do. So we got to be ready, to live this life. So, like I said, from the spiritual realm where God is, where we are in the physical, we got a job to do. We got to stay ready.
We got to stay ready. Evelyn, I brought you on because I could see you backstage shaking your head like, yeah, there are a lot of people who, I think all of us have kind of been there at some point where we would so love to be at the end of the story, but you have to go through a test in order to get testimony and things like that. Tell us about your story in the anthology Impact. Talk to us about that and what you really hope that your readers will gain from it.
Okay. And I was shaking my head because I kept thinking about the microwave world that we live in. Everybody, we all just want things so microwavable, right now. I need it right now, and not understanding that you have to go through this, you have to do this, you have to, break yourself. We have to go through so much to get that right now. And I talk about a little bit of that in the story. So I talk about my journey of how I went through that whole grieving process and the pandemic and starting the businesses. So I talk about that entire journey of what I needed to go through to get to, the end of that tunnel, that valley. So that was a perfect question. So talking about the grief and how I, cry, of course, I cried and, I started walking, talking about the different things that I needed to do for myself, taking care of myself, finding that peace, connecting with my spirituality, because you lose that. You start doubting God. Like, is there a God? Why would God keep doing something like that to me? So I had to reconnect and just find myself and really appreciate the new walk that I was taking, because you are a brand new person when you lose a spouse. I mean, I always say, I don't try to downplay losing a loved one, but when you lose a spouse, it just changes you. It makes you a totally different person. And so I talk about how I went through that journey. Like I tried to give like vivid, things so people can just picture what I went through to get to starting evolution, and the big picture of what evolution is and what it means and what I want to do. So that's what the readers are going to get from that. And then talking about, things like those moments of breaking down and what you need to do when you do break down, and knowing that it's okay to break down. We're human. We're not machines. We're not robots. So it's okay, to feel bad, have those bad days, and know that I'm having a bad day. What do I need to do to help myself, to pick myself back up so that I can push, and be able to push for other people? So if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to work and, train the teachers that I train every day and take care of a baby. I have my mom here. I'm still cooking and cleaning the house. Pandemic, we was running out of bleach and tissue.
Toilet paper stocking up. I mean, at one point, I think I ended up counting like I had like 50 rolls of toilet paper. Like I had my closet stocked up.
Oh, you was one of those people?
I was not one of them, but because of them, every time I would go to the store, I would make sure I bought a pack of toilet paper, because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. People's butts are eating up toilet paper, so I'm gonna make sure that we good over here. Like, because they had the limit, the cap on how much you could get. So every time I went, I would get like paper towels, I would get toilet paper. I was like, this is such a new normal. I never thought I'd be fighting for toilet paper, and it would be amazing, because I was living in Philadelphia when all this stuff first happened, and just the arguments that would break out in the store because of
crazy
wanted more than 2 packs of toilet paper. And oh my God,
it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember I told one guy, I was like, just leave and come back. Like, I was like, you're only allowed to buy 2 right now. I was like, but if you leave, wait 5 minutes and come back in, you're a brand new customer again. Like,
it was crazy. And during that time, because it was like right when I was like still in that fresh grieving, it was like nothing mattered to me. Like, take the tissue, lady. I was just like, thank you, whatever.
I got leaves in the backyard. No, I'm just kidding.
It was just like, whatever.
It's just stupid. Like, people fighting over toilet paper. It's like, can y'all please get your life?
There are other things that matter, okay?
There are other things that matter. I want to know, who did you write your story, Evelyn? Dontri, who did you write your book for? Who's the audience that you wrote for? Because I know, Evelyn, you said in the anthology there were 7 women that wrote. Are there only women that you think can glean from this project, or who do you think that this is for?
I think it's for anybody that's going through a process, that's going through a change, a transformation, that needs a pick me up, that need tips on how to get through whatever it is that they're going through. So I think it's just for anyone. It just happen to be women who accept it to write. But I think pain and healing and brokenness and fixing yourself, or whatever it is that you need to go through to get to what you need to get to, it's for everybody. I didn't even know what Dontri's story was about. I just knew he was an author and we were both going to be on here, but he has the same theory and the same plan. The goal is to just help people, see people through what they need to go through. It's just for everybody, anybody.
That's what about you, Dontri? Who is ready for?
Well, I'm anybody, like she said. I mean, like I said, it started when I started writing. I felt it in my spirit. So, and then my wife, she took it. My kids, and then it's like I said, it's for grandpas, for grandma. It's for the neighbor. It's for the neighbor's neighbor. It's for the city. It's for the states. It's for the world. This is God given. This is Him using me to get it out. Because a lot of people are shut down, and a lot of people are not opening. So I think to really get this concept, if they open themselves up, open their minds up, and they process it, they will be remarkable on what takes place. A transformation will take place.
Now, your book actually had an interesting journey all by itself, Dontri. Like, because you had initially written the book, then lost it, And it
Yes,
was found. So like,
my neighbor found it. My neighbor.
Talk to us about that if you don't mind.
Oh my gosh, it was. I lost. I didn't know where it was. I think it was on the back of my truck. And my neighbor, she's a Caucasian lady, very nice lady. She loves me to pieces. And she took her dog.
You gotta put that in there nowadays.
She took her dog. She took her dog for a walk, and she found my book down the street. Cars had ran over it, and she took it home. And she said she seen the word "ready" on it, and she said she figured it was one of my kids, and she brought it to me. And I said, "Oh my God, this is my book. I've been looking for it." And first of all, she read the whole book, so now she know me as a person. She know me personally. So now we be forever connected. And then people. I'm telling you, my book. When I go to the stores and stuff, and I wear my hoodie, I wear my sweatpants, I wear my hats. I feel like God gave me this. So I feel like when I'm out and about, I feel like it's a glow around me. I feel like whoever wear this, I think they're going to feel protected. People won't look at you a certain way. I mean, if they look at the acronyms on your back, okay, now they tell you what kind of person you are. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, I had numerous people ask me, where you get that? And then I tell them I'm working on some stuff, so I get their name and number and everything like that, so I can get back up with them. My website is coming up, so this is big for me. This is really big for me. So I would encourage anybody to wear this merchandise because it's going to carry them, and then it's a glow going to be with them. It's going to be a glow because, like I said, this is God given. So take this and run with it.
Take it. Let's talk about the glow, right? Capri says glow Joe Bolden.
I'm gonna get her because she's a comedian. So I got a treat for her next time her and my wife do something. I'm gonna get on stage. I should send them
the link so they can jump on here. But Ty says, so proud of him. I love it. Let's talk about that glow, right? Because I think at some point, all of us, I think everybody has access to the glow. I don't think everybody manifests in the glow. And part of the manifestation is that you have to recognize that it's there and you have to accept it. I want to ask both of you, it's gonna probably be a hard question because both of you are so humble, but when did you know you were special? When did you know that you had a special assignment on your life and that your anointing was meant to actually create an impact to help people be ready?
Let me go first. I got to say this because I don't want to forget. I'm sorry, but I got to say this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think all the trials lets me know everything you've been through, everything you go through, that's for your benefit. And it's a guy down the guy down the street had did some stuff to my wife's car, did something to the house, and so I always say when people do stuff like that, they're acting out in flesh. So you see how a lot of times they act boldly in the spirit for bad. So we operating where it's good. So we got to walk with that glow. You know what I mean? So like I said, I encourage people all the time. So while people are here doing wrong stuff and bad stuff, we got to walk with that light. We got to feel it in our hearts too.
I love it. What about you, Evelyn? When did you know you were special, that you were built for this, and that you were going to actually create an impact on other people's lives?
I think it was after, it was after I lost my first husband, and I was going through, it was like a really deep, dark place. I was in I can't even explain it, but I noticed how I was still able to encourage other people, like call people and say, hey, how you doing? Or send out a text because I was just like feeling something like, and they'll be like, how did you know I was going through this? Who are you talking to? Like nobody, I just checking on you, whatever. So I noticed that people started reaching out to me. I'm feeling down and sorry for myself, but I'm still reaching out to other people, and people are reaching out to me for help. I'm like, I lost my husband. But then over the years after that, I noticed that my words were very inspiring, and I'm a poet, so I like to inspire people anyway, but just speaking to people, I noticed that, people like, man, how do you do that? How do you get back up after everything you went through? How do you just get back up like that? How do you continue to smile and walk and laugh. And, and I used to get so mad when things happen, like, why this keep happening to me? Because it's just like back to back to back things. And then it's just like, I just started laughing, like, okay, I must be something special. I must have something over me that the devil is trying to get, because I keep falling, or I keep going through these things, and I keep making it through, but I'm able to make it through with joy and walk with the grace that I have, and not be angry and bitter and mad. Like, I'm not one of those angry Black women or bitter Black women. I'm still laughing, and I'm still me. I'm still kind to people. I could be the meanest person if I wanted to, because of the stuff that I went through and stuff that people did to me, but I don't choose to do that. I choose to continue to walk in that light, walk in God's light, because people are watching you. They're watching what you're doing, and they're looking at you, and that's inspiring to them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say years ago, when I noticed that people were really, inspired by the way I, continue to push through my pain. I continue to push through my pain now. So
I love it. The both of you are definitely inspiring. Dontri, I needed to ask you a really quick question. Why do you keep throwing stuff at Ty and flirting with her while you're in the middle of an interview? We're talking about a glow. I have a glow because I have 2 lights right here. There's a glow right here. Inquiring minds want to know why you keep throwing stuff at Ty and flirting with her.
She said, "Get back to the interview."
She's distracting.
Is she's in the room? Bring Ty over here.
Oh no, God.
Oh,
Tamika, stop. Tamika.
Okay. So let me just ask you though, Ty, when did you, because here you're a singer, you are a comedian, you're an actress, you do a lot of different things. How were you able to be a support to your husband during the process of him writing this book?
Tamika, I always seen his potential. It's always been a potential for me. That's how we've made it this far. We've been through some things, but I always seen a light in him. I always knew that God had great things in store for him. And so instead of being a wife that complains or nag or supporting everybody else, I have to support my husband. We are one now. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just about the things that I want to do. It was all about supporting him and building him. So when he was like, "Babe, I'm ready to get this book done. I need your help." That was focus. That shutdown was meant to be. We sat down and, we went through it together. And I told him, I don't want to put my input. It's got to, it's what God gave you. And so I might have added a line or so there, but it was God-given. And so I just believe in being his biggest supporter and cheerleader. I'm going to cheer for him before I allow somebody else cheer for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to boost him up. And it's real.
You better do that. I guess that's why he was throwing stuff at you.
Yes.
so cute.
Yeah, right. They really are so cute. Damien says, "Love taps." Deja says she knew she wanted to be on camera anyway. I added the anyway in there. Lisa says, "Teamwork." I love it. I love it. Evelyn, what do you think that, because you mentioned the word journey. I like journey. What do you think you've gained from your journey?
A sense of peace and overcoming. That's I'm carrying that model all the way through 2020. I really I did a speech for a women's conference, and I titled my speech "My Journey to My Peace and Overcoming," because that's what I had to go through. That's what I had to get and find. I had to find my peace. I had to go through what I needed to go through to get to evolution. And that was the overcoming. So I had to overcome grief. I had to overcome that anger. I had to overcome the pandemic. I had to overcome a lot of things that I was going through in order to, be that author, that best-selling author, be the speaker, and be, who I needed to be for me and for everyone else. Nana, I need to be Nana. So just you have to find your peace. If you don't find your peace, you will lose your mind. And that's a serious note. For somebody out there, if you don't find your peace, you will lose your mind. You have to find your peace. Whatever that peace means for you, whether it's listening to your gospel or listening to your rap, whether it's reading your Bible scripture or just your affirmation, whether it's taking a walk or taking a run, whatever that is, you need to find your peace for you, whatever that peace means. And I had to find my peace first. And so I talk about that journey of finding my peace and then moving into starting a business and going through grief, because I went through grief counts, I did all of that in last year during that pandemic. And then running a business and still, being that and still working a 9-to-5 job and accepting the new me. That is a lot. That's that overcoming. That's a big word. So you think about overcoming, that somebody went through something. So you have to find your peace. That's that journey I went through.
Have to find your peace. What I love about that though is the fact that peace actually is there on the other side of it. Whatever it takes to get there, like you just said. I mean, that's the whole thing, is if to have dealt with what you dealt with, and the fact that you're saying, listen, I had to deal with this. I can't even imagine what that would be like to have lost one day and then literally have gained the very next day. The level of, honestly, the level of God that it takes to be able to even keep moving and operating when that happens. And for you to say, peace is there on the other side of it. So whatever it takes, you just run towards your peace. That's powerful.
I had to take care of a baby. You know how old I am?
No, I don't actually. You look
I'm
real young.
45 years old with a 2-year-old.
Girl, I didn't know. And you do not look 45. You do not look 45.
Yes. So there was another. I had to find peace with that. I could have
all by yourself. Because look, you kept saying Nana. I'm like, there's no way she's a Nana. I'm like, maybe the baby calls her Nana. I wasn't gonna ask, but
it calls me Nana. Yeah, they call me Nana.
So I was just like, maybe the baby.
You better not call me grandma.
What the heck? Like I didn't think you were a grandma, so I'm just like, who's calling her Nana? Like what? Well, Dontri, you're now. What do they call you? What does your baby call you? Pop?
Well, he's not talking yet. My grandson, he's not.
He's not talking yet.
He's not.
How old is he now?
How old is he, Ty? 17 months.
17 months. Okay.
17 months.
Two.
Yeah, I thought he was just about 2 years old.
He's at that grabbing stage right now. He's in the grabbing. He's in that grabbing stage and everything.
So what do you want him to call you?
Papa.
So he is gonna call you Papa.
I want Papa. Yeah, because I had my great grandfather. I call him Papa. I want him to call me Papa.
My dad is like that with his kids. When I was like, Dad, or his grandkids, I was like, Dad, what do you want the kids to call you? He was like, Papa. They're gonna call me Papa.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a sweet thing. Danny says, you're not alone. He said he's 48 with a 6 and an 8-year-old. Woo!
Cool.
I feel your pain. Danny's
a producer in North Carolina. My goodness. Tiffany says, Lord, I feel you. And then LaWanda, and I'm with you, LaWanda. LaWanda says to you, Evelyn, 45 minus what?
45 and a half.
I don't even believe it. I don't even believe it.
Thank you.
Guys, this has been such an incredible time with just the both of you on the Blessed Sellers list. Before we get out of here, I want you to share with everyone how they can purchase your book. Dontri, tell people how they can connect with you outside of here, how they can buy the book, all of that great stuff.
Well, you can. My email address is the number 4 JoRockBoys BOYZ@gmail.com. And Live Ready Us .GoDaddySites.com. I'm doing some more revamping on my website, so that'll be coming soon. And let me see. I'm on Facebook. That's pretty much all the outlets right now. And I got some here at my barbershop. So my number is 443-493-3566. If you want to hit me up with a text message or something like that, I can mail you a copy or something like that. So that's basically it for right now.
That's the business line, right?
Yes.
All right. Give us the number again so I can put it up here. 443-493-3566. What is Ty saying in the background? We hear her talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. And Amazon. She was telling me Amazon. That's what she was saying.
Oh, okay.
It's on Amazon.
I knew Ty was gonna say something because I was like, I bet Ty is feeding himself. So folks, if you want to get your book hit up Dontri.
That's what they need us for.
That's true. That's true.
493.
I'll be locked in.
3566. You can hit him up with the text. And ladies, don't even play, because you know Ty is probably on the other end of that phone. So don't try any fun business. I'm the sister over here, so we're not even playing those games. I'm just saying.
Nah.
I'm just saying. Oh, thank you so much. Shantae says she's already put both of the books in her cart on Amazon. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, folks, please support their ministries here. That's the best thing that you can do is to support somebody's ministry, whether it's to go on Amazon or even to go on their website directly. I tell folks all the time, if you're willing to wait the day or two that it takes for it to be shipped out, go to their website and buy it from them directly, because Amazon, people don't understand this. See, I'm going to take y'all out of here so that y'all don't feel like you're begging. Listen, Amazon literally takes like 60% of a book price, right? So if you really want to support, and this is not just for Shantae, this is for everybody that's out there. If you really want to support an author in particular, go to their website and order the book from them directly. It really helps to sow back into their ministry, because what happens is, and I'll bring y'all back up here so you know, what happens is when you're a self-published author, you're responsible for paying for everything, right? So y'all know I'm a publisher, but behind everything I do, I'm a book publisher. So when there's a self-published author, they've had to pay for the book cover, the inside, editing. They pay for all of that stuff. So if you really want to help them recoup, go to their website and buy the book from them directly. They're not going to say that to you because they're too nice, but I can say that, right? Mm-hmm. I can say that. Dante says, you're welcome. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Evelyn, talk to us. How can we grab the book from you? And this is important because, listen, folks, this is Evelyn is part of a compilation. She's part of an anthology. So definitely buy the book from her. So Evelyn, how can people get the book from you, darling?
And I wasn't going to even say Amazon. I was going to say, go straight to my website, evolutionconsulting.com, or you can just email me. It's evolutionconsulting@gmail.com, and I'll put your pre-order in, how many books you want, and you'll get a signed copy from me.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
evolutionconsulting@gmail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry,
y'all. Or they can go straight to the website. There's a link on there to pre-order.
Okay. So yeah, the easiest thing to do, friends, is to just go right to their websites, evolutionconsulting.com. You can go to livereadyus.godaddysites.com. And get the books from them directly, especially for folks that are part of an anthology, right? Look, I'm giving you all the secrets. When they're part of an anthology, the only way they really get credit for your sale is if you go to them directly. So you got to go to them directly, or else, that's they don't get that sale. So Ty says, Evelyn Donelson, blessings, healing, favor, strength to you.
Thank you. I need it.
Yes, look, don't we all? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, but you are just incredible, and I appreciate you being a light. Like, both of you definitely have that God glow. And I just appreciate both of you being here. Tiffany says, I'm 40 with a 6-month-old. Tiffany, I had no idea. I thought that was your like, I thought you were a nana. I did not know. Girl. Woo, but so beautiful. So beautiful.
Bless your heart.
You said bless your heart.
Evelyn's like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Bless your ministry.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. So listen, again, tonight has just been incredible. If you guys that have been tuned in, if you didn't walk away feeling empowered and inspired, I don't know what you were watching tonight. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know who you were hearing from tonight, because I really hope that you are able to walk away with a little bit more strength. And I hope that you're able to walk away feeling like, you know what I'm going through, it's probably really not that bad. Right? It's not that bad. I really can push on. I can go forward. I really can do this. Let me just bring both of you back up here. Tiffany says, incredible testimonies, both of y'all. Yeah, incredible testimonies.
You, Tiff.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and like I said, for every time we have a situation that makes us feel like we're gonna get thrown off kilter, you hear what somebody else has gone through, and it's like, you know what I'm dealing with right now, it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
And it's like I really can push forward through this. And so thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much to everybody on there. Y'all were like, that's not his voice. So listen, I just want to let everybody know tomorrow I am going to have Alicia Joy Powell. If you remember her, she was the mother. She played the mother in the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. So she's going to be hanging out with me for a couple of minutes on tomorrow. We're going to have a grand old time. I'm going to bring you guys back up here since I have folks that are still talking to you. Patricia says that she loved it today. Robin says, very inspiring, blessings to you both. So I wanted to make sure that you both received your flowers right here.
Yes, while I'm still alive.
That's right. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. And folks, you already know the saying. You guys probably can say it with me. Remember, I love you. You were created to make God famous, and you've been anointed to do hard things. You guys have a blessed evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.